Look, don't get me wrong. Climate change is bad. That said, the fact that it's 70 degrees outside at 3 a.m. in front of this Best Buy is actually kind of nice.
Is climate change bad? When it's good for me on a personal, selfish level?
On a personal, selfish level, right now it is. Yeah. But in like 10 years when everything's on fire,
but that's not my problem right now. That's future James' problem. How's your Black Friday going, Kevin?
It's going good,
Would you like to share with everyone where we are right now?
Yeah, at this point now, I'm like kind of cresting out of my drunkenness, so now I'm just sort of sleepy. I'm sitting in front of this Best Buy here, gonna go in, probably get some gifts for my friends.
Okay.
Maybe get a gift for you.
I wouldn't, because I'm not getting one for you,
nope,
so don't even bother.
Just, you know what, don't look at what's in my cart. But if we're talking about what's personal for me, I know it's really lame and too adultish, but there's this really dope toaster that I'm looking to get where it's like, it's a smart toaster. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's like you throw in your bread and then just be like, you say into the toaster, perfect setting, please, and it doesn't burn your shit or whatever. I'm really looking forward to it.
You just give it the vague order of perfect, please, and it toasts it perfectly.
Or I could be like, light.
Okay.
And it'll go light.
Okay.
And what? You look really upset.
No. That sounds dumb. You sure you don't want to get something else?
No. God,
sure?
Dude, this is something that's been on my list for the past, 3 months, and they're cutting the person at what?
I'm going for that, too.
Really?
Yeah. That's going to be a...
They only have 3
That's going to
be
a Thanksgiving gift just for James. Just for the good old James, the perfect toaster.
Well, I also want that, and there's only 3 in stock. And there's 2 people in front of us in line. I'm gonna fucking hip check you into a Toshiba display, bud.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da. You can't haul your stuff without a trailer hitch. Trailer hitch.
Grab a seat, pour yourselves some whiskey neat. It's time to judge the shit out of these future releases by the movie trailers. We're trailer hits. This movie might totally suck, but the whiskey sure is going down fine. Yeah, we're trailer hits.
All right, let's just set aside our differences briefly, which means if you could please give me my shoe back. It doesn't matter if I only have one shoe. I'll just take the other one off.
I think it looks better this way. Trust me.
I don't think it's as comfortable. You know what? Just hang on a second. Welcome to Trailer Hitch. I'm Kevin.
I'm James.
This is where James and I will go through and rate and review movie trailers.
Yeah.
So we'll watch trailers. We'll give you our honest thoughts on them. We usually rate our trailers as need to see more, or never need to see. If James and I both give something a need to see, we go and see the movie in the theater.
Absolutely.
And then we come back to this podcast.
Regurgitate what we thought about it.
Exactly.
Into your ear canal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, such a vivid image.
You're welcome.
Yes. So we're not going to vomit in your ear too long. I'm just going to say, if you're thinking, oh, well, it's been a while since I've actually reviewed a movie. Well, good news, bud. We have a review for you guys. We saw Thor Ragnarok, so we're going to talk about the trailer in retrospect. Did the trailer sell it effectively? And also give you our thoughts on the movie proper.
We also have a new segment today.
We do,
and,
yes.
We'll get to that. But first, I just wanted to say Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving
to you, Kevin, to all the listeners.
Thank you.
I hope you all had
Got my shoe back.
Fucking idiot. I can't
I need this.
No, I was holding it over your head, literally. Anyway.
I waited until you were being kind, and then I fucking pounced.
Kevin's clearly having a happier Thanksgiving now. He has 2 shoes.
Yes.
I hope you're all having a great Thanksgiving. It's my favorite holiday.
Yeah.
I love that it's sandwiched in between 2 holidays that people seem to love more. And it's all about food, and it's football, and it's drinking.
Family,
I love
friends.
It. Yeah. Family, friends. Normally we're a whiskey drinking podcast, Kevin, but it's Black Friday morning, so I have a Bloody Mary here, and you have coffee.
I have coffee. Yes. Yeah. It is 4 a.m.
It's not Irish
we
coffee.
We are in front of the Best Buy. This is actually really
that's
risky
true.
of you.
That's true. Yes, we are in our...
If you give me too much lip, I'm calling a cop over here.
And rest assured, everyone, I did offer Kevin some Irish whiskey, but he declined. He's being responsible right now.
Yeah.
But I'm not.
I want to be of sober mind when I just start hip checking people and just stuff.
See, I need to be drunk to take an old lady out in my toaster.
And see, I don't have that shame within me. Yeah.
All right, so should we talk about the new segment here?
Yes, we should. Yeah. This is called Trailer Showroom.
Trailer Showroom. What is that?
So there's a lot of really, really brief teasers that come out.
Yeah.
Like minute long, 30-second, 15-second. In the case of one of the teasers we're reviewing today,
9
like
seconds.
5. Yeah. And, you know, they're always for the big ticket movies. Like, there'll be like a huge movie that's coming out. Here's just like a little 10-second taste of it.
Yeah, you're not going to get a 12-second teaser for a Jim Jarmusch movie.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And so James and I always see, like, you know, oh, sweet, like an Incredibles 2 teaser came out. And then we'll look at it and be like, there is not enough for us to talk about
Not
here. This
really.
gives us nothing to go off of. But, like, at the same time, this is the first taste of these big movie franchise stories.
A glimpse.
Yeah, it's just a little glimpse. And
Yeah.
it hit the point where James and I were like, we're sick of not talking about these. We're going to create a new segment. This is Trailer Showroom.
Yeah.
Where it's just James and I are walking through the showroom. You know, we're looking at that little sticker in all of their windows where it like tells you the miles per gallon.
Yeah.
We're looking at the features. Eventually, a salesman is going to walk into the room and ask if they can help us, and we'll rudely tell them no. Because we haven't made a decision yet.
Right, they'll be like,
These
this one's got a V6 engine, this one has a V8, and I say, can I get some more V8 for my Bloody Mary?
Oh!
he did it. He
That was
brought
good.
it
That was
back.
good. That was
Thank
good.
you very much. Anyway, showroom humor.
And so so we're not actually going to be reviewing these proper because
No, it's
they're really quick.
not enough information.
Not
Yeah.
enough intel. But it's us just kind of like looking in the showroom and seeing, you know what, down the line, I could see myself driving that
We're
trailer.
acknowledging them.
We're acknowledging, yes.
Maybe respecting them, maybe ignoring them completely. That's what showrooms are all about.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, so we're in the showroom now, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be talking first about the Incredibles 2 teaser that dropped.
Yes.
So, for the uninitiated, The Incredibles is a Pixar franchise.
One of the best.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
It's one of their like more underrated ones because usually Wall-E, Up, those are like the big ones that get brought up. Inside Out,
Toy Story.
Yep. Finding Nemo, and
Ratatouille. Nope, just kidding.
I like Ratatouille.
No, I'm saying that's
But
an
the
underrated
thing.
one as well. Yeah.
And it's pretty amazing that the Pixar franchise has like all of these like really great ones, and then it's like, oh, what are the lesser known ones? Oh fuck, Ratatouille and Incredibles. Like these are still really
they're
good.
still fantastic movies.
Yeah, and we all just try and forget that Cars 2 happened. But anyway, so the Incredibles is a story about a family who have superpowers or kind of living low key.
Yeah.
Eventually, conflict ensues and they got to own their superpowerness, and then by the end, they become superheroes.
The world needs superheroes again, and they rise to the occasion.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the end of the film is the baby, Jack gets his powers, and so the teaser for Incredibles 2 is primarily focused on Jack. It's literally him walking up to a symbol, he's shooting lasers out of his eyes willy-nilly, and then eventually, with his lasers, he creates the logo for Incredibles 2, and then we get this brief little snippet where Craig T. Nelson's character, the father, is, playing with him, and he's so excited for this baby's powers, the baby shoots the lasers directly above his head and ends up singeing some of his hair off.
Making the newest hairstyle of 2018.
Yeah.
That's what it'll be.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's better than that, shaved sides and long top. The neo-Nazis ruined it. We can all admit the neo-Nazis ruined it.
This is the reverse neo-Nazi haircut.
Yes,
given
exactly.
by Pixar.
Yeah. Really taking a political stand with this teaser. Yeah.
Anyway, that's it though.
That is it.
So it's primarily, we got a logo,
Mm-hmm.
we got Jack, the baby, who has powers. Not just has powers, but seemingly has all of the powers of every superhero ever. He can teleport through step through walls, laser vision through his eyes, flame breath. In the first movie, he can just turn into steel, like Colossus from the X-Men.
Yeah.
And just become a huge paperweight. Turn into a giant lizard.
Yeah.
Literally, the writers go ham on what kind of powers Jack has.
Yeah, and the trade-off with that character is, though he has all of these powers, he's a baby. He's not cognizant of what he's doing.
Yeah.
And therefore, there is an element of risk with him because he could blow some of your hair off. And he doesn't realize what he's doing. He's just a baby.
Yeah.
So,
but anyway, so we got the classic Incredible score, which I happily sampled for all of you before our intro.
yeah, it's true.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da. It's such a cool score.
Oh, I
Like,
thought that was just fight music for
yeah,
us.
I mean,
it's
it's perfect background fight music as well.
That's fair.
And finish him music as well, which I will do once I get that other shoe, Kevin.
I'm going to keep all of these, and I'm getting that fucking toaster. But anyway, back to this. I mean, I would say out the gate, the kind of like cute, fun humor is there. It's definitely focused a lot on Jack, and given that that's
on Jack.
Yeah, and given that that's the character who really the end of the first Incredibles, it hinges on Jack. Yeah. Like Jack is the reason why they're able to get out of the hot water that they're in the first movie. Now it's kind of like a passing of the baton to Jack, and they're really amping up his cuteness. And something that I wanted to do before we talked about it was go back to the first Incredibles teaser to try and remind myself, was Jack heavily featured?
In the trailers.
Yeah, in the trailers, and he's not.
Not
like,
at all,
it's,
right.
It's primarily Craig T. Nelson's character and the family writ large.
So it's not a going back to the well scenario of, in the trailers for the first Incredible, we relied on the baby, and people went and saw this movie, so let's do that again. That's not the case.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice. It is pretty flawless marketing, though. Like, you can't really go wrong by putting a cute baby.
Right.
And, that's why, Guardians of the Galaxy 2...
Here's Groot!
Here's Baby Groot, guys. You love him, here he is.
Star Wars Episode 8, here's the... What are they called, James?
I don't know.
The little...
The porgs?
Yeah.
That's a little porg. I'm not sure. I don't know much details about the porgs yet, because I'm trying to stay in the dark about all Star Wars related stuff, other than the trailers, but they're like little penguin-looking things. They're adorable. Is essentially what we're getting at. Adorable cells. Especially when you can't rely on sex with a family movie. People say sex sells. It's like, well, it's a Pixar movie.
It's a family movie, yeah.
Sorry. We got babies. Let's go with that.
Which come from sex. So I guess in a way, sex
Oh, you're
sells.
good.
Yeah.
You're very good. Yeah. Let's not tell our, nieces and nephews that.
No. This is just between you, me, and anyone listening to this podcast. So, yeah, I mean, overall, found it charming, found it cute, definitely ready to see what the full trailer is going to be. And I mean, something that I will say to the first teaser's credit, because the first teaser is primarily the dad putting on the suit again and the belt not fitting, and it's a lot of gags with him trying to get the belt on. I would say that overall that one is funnier.
Yeah.
There's definitely more humor there. There's more of like a little mini story there. And that's not what this is going for. But again, this is basically just here's the logo and here's this little snippet.
Yeah. It's obvious this isn't footage from the actual film. Like, it's not like Baby Incredible walks up and sees the Incredibles logo just floating in a red room. It's not the case.
Pixar doesn't seem to get that abstract, but I guess we'll wait for the film.
It'd be a weird movie, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
The movie could go any direction. That's the point of a teaser, though. Like, it's just like this is something to hold you over.
Right.
Like, the movie might not be about Jack at all. He might be as featured as he was in the first movie.
Yeah.
Or it could be completely about him.
Yeah.
Like, who knows? The opening might be Baby Jack, and then, that's the opening scene, and then we get a title card of 12 years later, and then it's 12-year-old Jack. You know what I mean? Who knows? This movie could go in so many different directions. We don't know.
For sure.
So there you go. That's all I got to say about it.
All right, that's all I got to say about that. But we're now walking past that trailer in the showroom. Let's go check out this one over here. This trailer seems a bit small, wouldn't you say, James?
Hey, it's not the size that counts.
Well,
sometimes it's the size that counts.
Sometimes the size counts.
Yeah.
So this is Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Fallen Kingdom, yes.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Why throw a 2 at the end of it?
It doesn't really roll off the tongue.
No.
Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. It's just like, it's more like a mouth exercise.
Yeah, definitely.
For voice actors.
It feels like I have just a bit of peanut butter on the roof of my mouth, and I'm trying to kind of work it out. Yeah, that is Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
So anyway, Skippy or Jiff, Kevin, what do you think about this one?
I mean, well, we were talking about, like sometimes they can be as brief as 10 seconds. Yeah. So you guys were like, joke for hyperbole. Didn't really land, though, but, I can see what they're going for. It wasn't a joke.
No, it wasn't a joke.
This is fucking 10
We're
seconds
serious here at Trailer Hitch. We don't do jokes.
No.
Are you kidding me?
everything.
We're in line here at Best Buy at 3 a.m. in the morning, for sure. 100% that is happening right now.
As you heard from James, everything we say is true. So this is really brief. It's just, I believe the character's name, I can't remember.
Jesus, I don't remember.
Yeah,
it's Chris Pratt's character.
From Jurassic World.
The Raptor.
And it's amazing that we don't remember his name because he's such a well-drawn character in the first one.
See, that was sounded like sarcasm to me, Kevin.
I don't know what you're talking about. Everything we say is true.
It's a little early for sarcasm.
That's fair.
So Chris Pratt's character, the Raptor Wrangler, if you will.
Yes. That rolls off the tongue.
It does, right?
Yeah.
I coined it. Patent pending. Yeah. So anyway, he is dressed in his normal employee garb, it seems, and
I guess it all blew over. The Jurassic World exploding around them.
He just seems to be like, oh, here's just another raptor that I'm training.
So many people died.
Yeah. And again, it's a teaser. It could be very out of context. It could be...
But there is a baby raptor, and he's kind of like, teasing it.
Smiling.
Like, yeah, like, oh, little buddy. Like, you killed like 40 innocent people who were just coming on vacation.
So the teaser doesn't even have any lines of dialogue in it. It is literally just the raptor making cooing noises.
Yeah, and
that's it.
And he's got
baby
a forearm guard, so...
It's like leather.
Yeah.
It's like not going to do much, but... It's there for your peace of mind.
I guess so.
But anyway, that's it. That is it. Also, the camera work looked weird. It looked handheld.
It did, yeah.
So I don't know if maybe this teaser is supposed to be like a tutorial or a training video that new employees of Jurassic World watch. Mm-hmm. And
the camera just pans back and it's like a room full of students. Anyway, that guy got eaten by that velociraptor.
Yeah.
His name was whatever. Yeah. His name was generic smoldering guy.
It's like Hannibal.
He is now dead.
It's like Hannibal Buress from the Spider-Man movies as the gym teacher. Anyway, I'm pretty sure this place is shut down now, but whatever. Anyway, what do you think of this blink and you miss it teaser, Kevin?
I blinked.
Yeah. Oh, well, you missed it. Well, I'm glad I explained it to you.
Yeah. I wasn't a huge fan of the first Jurassic World. And
I was. I didn't love it, but I liked it.
Yeah.
I had fun with it. So
and I mean, it does kind of feel like they are glossing over the fact that like a lot of people died in that first movie. Do they just reopen the park? Are they just reopening another section of the park?
Well, and that's
if they do reopen it, guys, I mean, who's going? Like, that better be the sparsest populated theme park of all time. Because, like, if I hear, all of the Disney animatronics came to life in It's a Small World at Disneyland and just started clubbing people, I don't want to go to Disneyland.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be clubbed to death by, like, this small Swedish robot. I'm just trying to have a good time, so I'm not going to go back. And so, like, I guess, like, my impulse on this is, man, they really seem to turn around on these velociraptors because, like, they're killing everyone.
But like I said, though, this can be anything, though. This could be 5 years earlier when Chris Pratt first got his job at Jurassic World. And these are, like, this baby raptor is the full-grown raptor that's in the first Jurassic World.
I guess so.
It could be. It's because it's a teaser, because we're in the showroom, they're not giving us the information to make that call yet.
Well, and actually, if we're going to keep with the metaphor of the showroom.
Oh, we're keeping with it. We're sticking with that metaphor.
Let's say that the 2017 Toyota Camry, once you hit 15,000 miles, would just burst into flame. Like, just poof, and then all of a sudden there's just ash.
Okay.
Right? And now we're looking at the 2018 Toyota Camry. And nowhere in the sticker does it say won't catch on fire within 15,000 miles. It has to earn my trust back, you know?
Sure. Yeah. Oh, I see. That's what you mean. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But that's mostly your...
I don't want to be on fire!
No, of course. That's your preconceived feelings about the first movie.
And yes.
It's not that the raptor, him being happy next to a baby raptor is really bothering you that much. It's more... You didn't like that first movie a whole lot, and this teaser doesn't bring you back at all.
I mean, I would say that that's true, but if I'm looking at it through the lens of the first movie, and since it's a sequel, I think that's kind of fair.
It's totally fair. So. Yes, absolutely.
It just kind of seems like a really stark turnaround from the chaos and destruction at the end of the first film, looking at now in the second film. Oh no, everything's fine. It's not like this is going to happen again.
You're right. It's weird. And like, even if this is something that is this happened years ago.
Yeah.
Like I suggested, the audience watching this teaser doesn't know that.
Yeah.
You're right. You're 100% right. We are left with the death and destruction from the first movie, and then this is our teaser for the next one. Is just like this happy fun time stuff. Mm-hmm. It's weird. They don't even give a sense of foreboding in it at all. Yeah. Like there's no undertone of darkness to it.
It's like they saw the Incredibles 2 teaser and were like, we're going to need a baby in this one. Yeah. And then,
It's like I can only imagine that Colin Trevorrow, like, loved this teaser.
Yeah.
I mean, he is the one who tweeted it first. But I am excited for the movie based off of the director involved, who is J.A. Boyegla. Or something like that.
How about I look it up right now?
Sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, he directed The Impossible and A Monster Calls.
Oh God, what is that guy's name?
Yeah, it's not Boyega because that's
that's an actor. Yeah.
But it's J.A. Boy something. Anyway, I'm a huge fan of A Monster Calls.
Sure.
Both visually, storytelling wise, emotionally, effects wise. I thought it was an incredible movie.
Yeah.
So I am excited to see the sequel to Jurassic World in the hands of not Colin Trevorrow. Having said that, this isn't a very exciting start.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's disappointing. I would just say it's nothing. Yeah. I nothing it. I nothing this teaser. Let's move past it is essentially where I'm going with it.
Well, you know what? Let's get out of the showroom.
Let's get out of it. Yeah, we got some...
We got to look in the rear view.
Got to get on the road and look in the rear view.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So let's talk about Thor Ragnarok.
Oh.
It's main event time. And now, I give you your incredible...
We know each other. He's a friend from work. Oh, come on.
Anyway, I loved it.
I did too.
Yeah, this is a need to see it for me.
It's absolutely a need to see it. All right, let's Ragnarokless, buddy.
Oh, there you go. I was trying to think of a quote from the movie I could say to, like, kick us off into the discussion.
Oh, Bob's dead.
Oh, Bob's dead.
Which is a good joke.
Yeah, okay.
But it doesn't really work as a
really
segment
apply to this, but we're going with it.
I have to now.
Bob's dead, everyone.
Yeah, it's not like we can do another take of this.
I mean, we could. Nah, let's move on.
All right.
Thor Ragnarok.
This is Thor Ragnarok, directed by Taika Waititi.
Yep. Excellent pronunciation. I feel like I'm always the one pronouncing it for you.
This is starring Chris Hemsworth. It is starring Cate Blanchett,
Tom
Hiddleston, Carl Urban,
Jeff Goldblum,
Sam Neill for a brief moment, Matt Damon.
Not to spoil it, but yeah,
for a brief moment,
They're in it.
Yeah, we reviewed the trailer way back when. I believe that was episode 18.
That was 18.
Yeah, and
long time ago.
Yeah, and the movie finally came out. We saw it. We're gonna let you know what we're thinking about it. First, we're gonna talk about how the trailer compares to the film itself.
The final product, what we thought, without spoiling the movie. Yeah.
Right. Overall, I would say that, it sells it pretty well.
It sells it pretty well.
It definitely gives you the tone that the movie's going for. It definitely gives you kind of like the punchy and fun style.
Yep.
And I guess the only thing I could knock on the trailer for is, in retrospect, having seen the movie, the reveal that the Hulk is the other contestant in the fight. I can tell when the movie is built up to be this huge moment and then great, like, twist reveal. and having it in
The trailer.
every trailer,
Yeah.
I think really undercut it.
It does. Yeah, it totally did. I don't know if maybe they would have struggled with keeping that under wraps, so they were just like, fuck it, let's just own it and put it in the trailer. And it did make for a good trailer, though.
Did make for a great trailer.
Who knows?
Yeah.
If they kept that out of the trailer, maybe I wouldn't have been as excited about it.
Yeah.
That was kind of a big selling point for me.
Yeah.
But you're right. In the movie, you can tell that it's this big mystery to all the characters. And they don't wink at the audience being like, it's the Hulk. They don't. It's a mystery.
Yeah,
Until
it
the-
felt like
until the
something
reveal.
that was meant to be like you're meant to go in cold with that.
Yeah.
And
It's a double-edged sword. It's that's a hard decision to make. But I think it turned out okay.
oh yeah, definitely. And it's not like that ruined the film.
No, it didn't.
It's
But
just,
it did change things a
Yeah.
little bit, though.
Definitely.
But yeah, anyway, to remind people, what we thought the trailer embodied was kind of a Flash Gordon, retro, fun vibe. Those were the key words that we threw out there.
Yeah.
And so when we say that it sold it pretty well, that's what we're referring to.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the humor was all completely there. Some people say to a fault. I don't know. I wouldn't call it B-movie-esque. Like,
no.
it was... I definitely thought it was going to be more B-movie-esque.
It definitely, I think, more emulates movies that were influenced from B movies
And which is
more than
fine.
B movies itself. Which is which is totally fine.
Yeah. And to be honest, in retrospect, I don't think Marvel would have made something that's like pure B-movie anyway.
And pure cheesy.
Yeah. And like they still need their villain who's trying to take over a world.
Exactly.
And they still need their heroes in their arcs and stuff like that. So it's not just going to be B-movie, do whatever you want. We still have a formula to follow.
Yeah.
And the movie does follow its formula, even though it takes a lot of like fun twists and turns of style.
Definitely.
From other Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Having said that, agreed. I thought it sold the movie well.
Yeah.
Like, very well. I wouldn't say perfectly. I mean, it got me in the theater. I watched the movie, and I wasn't like, that's different from the trailer. I never thought that.
Right.
Never thought that. Having said that, there are some things in the trailer that are either not in the movie or changed from the movie, which we'll get into later when we talk about the spoilers of the movie. That didn't really bother me a whole lot as much as it did other people, or as much as it bothered me in a movie like, let's say, Arrival. And they just showed military helicopters firing like endless amounts of missiles at the aliens. Look, it's in the past. We don't have to talk about it, Kevin. Kevin, shut up about it. Oh my God, Kevin.
I know,
we're talking about Thor.
If this is Arrival, then that means that time is just like this cyclical thing. So really, it's not in the past. It is right now.
It's happening all around us.
It's happening all around us,
Yeah.
man. But yeah, I mean, there were kind of like a few little shakeups. So I mean, Kate Blanchett in the trailer crushing the hammer is clearly shot in like New York or some sort of city.
Like an alleyway.
Yeah, whereas like in the film, it's she's crushing that hammer in the fields of Norway.
Yeah.
There are like these little switch ups, you know what I mean? Like a couple shots here and there that aren't in the film proper. But really, it's more you just watch the trailer in retrospect and go, oh, I wonder what elicited that change.
Right.
Or
It's like it's more style stuff.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
I remember you saying in our review of the trailer, like there's that shot of Loki just like twirling daggers.
Yeah.
You know, and he grabs them and it's like in slow motion. That's not in the
Not in the
trailer.
movie.
Or that's not in the movie.
Not in the movie.
But it's fun. Like it's fun.
Yeah.
And I even said that like back in the Arrival trailer in the Rearview episode. Like that kind of omissions are fine. Because you're just selling the style and it's completely replaceable with another moment that you need there.
Yeah.
But it didn't change the plot, is what I'm saying.
Correct.
Which Arrival fucked up and did. It's not important. Kevin, stop bringing up Arrival. Jesus. It's a flat circle.
Guy,
you don't keep bringing it up.
It's not in the past. It's in the future,
Yeah,
James.
it's in the future.
Don't worry about it right now.
There is no future. There is no
yeah.
past. There is only Arrival fucking up. No, I loved Arrival. Anyway.
Denis Villeneuve is probably just sitting here like, I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, I loved
Jesus
it. I loved
Christ.
it. I love him as a filmmaker.
Great,
So
great.
What did you think overall?
Of the
Are we done talking about the comparison?
We can get into
because
we can get into the movie.
Yeah, because it was so accurately represented in the trailer, I don't think we really need to discuss it anymore.
Yeah.
So let's get into the movie, man, and what we thought of it, and possible spoilers from here on out. So there you go.
Of course.
Listener beware. All right, so Kevin, your thoughts.
Overall, I thought it was good.
It was good.
Yes.
Okay.
So right out the gate, I would say that it's the funniest Marvel movie for me. Definitely the humor lands consistently. And I think it's one of the first Marvel films, I would say, where it is a pretty consistent, joke after joke after joke. Like, they're going for humor throughout the entirety of the film.
Yeah.
Whereas most Marvel movies have, like, their one or two designated comic relief characters. And that's what's eliciting the humor.
Now, do you think that humor undercut anything?
For me, not necessarily.
Okay,
No, because
okay.
I think that overall...
That was a problem for some people. That's why I said, some people thought it was too funny to a fault.
And I definitely didn't feel that. I think for me, there are instances where jokes don't land. And so the interesting thing, because round and round, I've heard people love that joke where... the Hulk is jumping out of the helicopter and, like, I'm gonna turn into the Hulk and I'm gonna fucking save Asgard, let's go. And he just, boom, like, thumps right down on
People talk about that?
Yeah, more than, like, every person who I talked to about... Bear in mind, I talked to, like, 3 people about
I thought that was pretty telegraphed. Like,
and that's the thing.
That was always going to happen when he said he was going to jump out of that thing.
One, I thought it was telegraphed, and 2, the movie had done that joke already. When the Valkyrie... is, like, coming out of her ship drunk and, like, big badass moment, whoop, she fell over.
Yeah, she fell off drunk, that's right.
I was like, they just sort of repeated that joke. Like, it's more or less the same thing. Everyone around me died laughing. So, I mean, I kind of just accepted that I was the only motherfucker who felt that, but, like, there were definitely jokes in there where I'm like, this doesn't really land for me. But at the same time... name a perfect comedy. Like, there's always going to be jokes that don't necessarily work for you, but you can kind of see the intent.
I can't think of anything else other than me trying to come up with a perfect comedy now, Kevin, because I'm a huge comedy buff.
Well, and I am too.
Yeah,
but
I'm not going to get into it, because you're right, it's all subjective.
But, like,
objective.
Yeah. And at the...
Subjective. Projective. It's all personal.
It's all in the past, but it's also in the future. So yeah, I mean, like, overall, no. I think its humor is its selling point. I think Chris Hemsworth definitely shows he has chops as a comedic actor.
And we talked about that. How Taika Waititi even said in interviews he has been sorely underused in his comedic abilities.
Yeah,
and that's what got me really excited. And he was right.
Yeah.
Like, he's so funny in this movie.
And I definitely think that the movie does a good job of progressing his character. Mm-hmm. I know we had talked about in that review that, he isn't just this arrogant, clueless character that's never left Asgard, who thinks he knows it all and can do it all. Like, now he's been around the universe time and time again.
Yeah.
And so at this point now, there is still this level of arrogance, but, like, now there's, like, a little bit more knowledge to back it up.
Totally.
Which only makes it funnier when he's undercut by the fact that he just gets his ass kicked.
Yeah.
And it does. It makes him an endearing character. And because he is, one, ultimately a good guy, and is ultimately trying to do the right thing, you do want him to succeed. That said, when I'm talking about him getting beat up a lot, if you were over the age of 21, and if you want to play a drinking game to Thor Ragnarok, take a drink every time a scene ends with Thor getting knocked out, and then have your friend lock your keys into a cupboard because you should not drive anywhere. The movie does that a lot.
It does, you're right. It's almost like the drinking game with the first Thor movie of drink anytime there's a Dutch tilt.
Oh, God.
Or, for those who don't know, it's when the camera is tilted. on an angle.
Yeah.
It's in the first movie a lot, and you get pretty wasted. Not that I'm condoning that, just
but if you want to,
just
it's
a
there.
tidbit.
If you want to, it's there. And I guess the reason why I'm calling it out is to knock Thor out at the end of what feels like 50%, 70% of the scenes is...
And I think that's a little hyperbolic. I don't think it would be 70% of the scenes.
Probably not 70, but like...
It was a lot.
It's
a lot for... When you said it, I didn't think of it.
Mm.
I haven't really thought of it. But when you told me that after we both saw the movie, I was like, oh, you're right. Like, that did happen a lot.
And I guess the reason why it stood out to me is, from a pace perspective, this movie was kind of stutter-stepping for me a little bit, because every time he gets knocked out, that means your next scene comes in with him coming to, and it basically resets him at 0 for every scene.
Like he needs to be explained.
What the fuck is going on? Where
is,
am I? What's happening now? To do that every single scene, it's like, you know, I recognize it's got to be a choice, but like from a practical standpoint, looking at a pace perspective, I felt like that did kind of hurt the film a little bit for me. And so though I was enjoying it, though I was finding it funny, I felt the runtime pretty well.
Okay, that's fair.
In addition, I think they have a good nugget of a character with Cate Blanchett. She is the older sister who's effectively been banished or pushed out of Asgard because it's like, well, now I'm a nice guy. Sorry, bud.
Right, yeah.
And she comes in. She has this really great line where she steps up to the two brothers, and her first, like, one of the first things she says is, I thought you guys would be happy to see me. And, like, that immediately in that one line just kind of completely sets the stakes for who she is, why she's doing it, what, like, and really, at the end of the day, if they were just like, come in, bud, and gave her a hug, they'd probably avoid the entire film, right? Like, everything would probably be fine.
I mean, they would have to step aside for her to be ruling Asgard, which they're probably not cool
Which would
with.
be an issue, but I mean, like, if at least she felt like she was included.
You'd get off on a better foot.
You get off on a better foot, of
I
course.
agree
Yeah,
with
you
you.
might be able to, like, discourse it out instead of just hitting her with a hammer.
or not hitting her with a hammer, which is what happened ultimately.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I think that was there, and I was really excited for it. But, like, just for example, in the end when Thor is sitting on the throne and he and Cate Blanchett's character are just, like, sort of shooting verbal jabs at each other, I never got the indication that and that last fight was between brother and sister, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
I know that they don't really know each other, and they weren't even cognizant of her. But that said, at least from Cate Blanchett's angle, it's like you were fighting your younger brother. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. And, like, you know, you have that shared history of your father, and...
But it's not even shared, because that's a different Odin.
Yeah.
For both of them. Both of them know a completely different kind of Odin.
Yeah, and I think if they had done a little bit more to kind of, like, drawn that relationship out between the two of them, I think I would have connected with it a little bit more. And right now, bear in mind, it's fine.
Yeah.
And they definitely give Cate Blanchett some stuff to do. But at the same time, I feel like with Cate Blanchett's character, so much of it is how Karl Urban's character is reacting to her in his arc. Liked Karl Urban in his arc, but, like, the sister really doesn't have as much to do as what's set in front of her. You know, like, she has the building blocks of what could be a really cool character, albeit a little bit derivative of Loki, but not, like, there's enough new there that I wouldn't think that much about it.
Yeah.
And I just felt like they didn't get as much as they could have, and...
Like, the seeds were there, but they didn't really let them grow.
Yeah, they forgot to water them, basically.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyway, that's me dumping the things that sort of held me back, but overall, again, like, I thought it was really funny. I thought all the acting was great. You know, the last section set piece is a lot of fun when it's the battle for Asgard.
Battle on the bridge.
Yeah, and I especially thought it was cool that Asgard falls. Like, it's a pretty major, and that definitely was not where I was expecting it to go.
I mean, you definitely call it Ragnarok, which means, like, the end of the world, Armageddon, and you follow through with it. Good on you. Right?
Yeah.
It's the end of the world. No, I think all your points were super valid. Cate Blanchett's character, I think one of my favorite moments of her was she's, like, looking at the tapestry.
Yeah.
And she, like, you know, breaks the tapestry that's covering the old tapestry. She says a line that's somewhere along the lines of, Odin, proud of what he has, but not how he got it.
Yeah.
Something like that. And I thought that was a really telling character line. Again, a good seed planted that doesn't really come to grow.
As an American, you kind of get it.
Oh, yeah. Well, just, I mean, not even American, just human history in general.
Yeah.
Just, everyone's
got
some
blood.
Ruthless conquerors.
Yeah.
Anywho, I think you had valid points, and I'm glad you enjoyed it on a certain level, though, because I loved it.
Yeah.
I thought it was so much fun. I have a question for you, though,
yes.
because I know in our review of the trailer, you were excited about just Marvel doing different stuff in general.
Yes.
With Spider-Man, you felt that. With Thor, I'm wondering, are your problems with Thor different than the original problem you had of Marvel just kind of all being samey? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know if I've brought it up on this podcast, but I know in person when I talk to you, we talk about how Marvel movies in general have a very set structure.
Yeah.
That's definitely true of Thor Ragnarok as well. Like, it doesn't break from that structure. And I'm sure there's just a whiteboard behind Kevin Feige's desk that's just, this is how you write our movies. You know what I mean? And you can throw in a different genre. You can do mashup and stuff,
Yeah.
and like we actively encourage that.
And we've been enjoying the different
genre mashups,
hints or
Yeah.
homages, yeah.
influences,
Yeah,
that sort
yeah.
of thing. But if you break from that fucking structure, like,
Right.
Marvel just is not going to let you do it. And I'm
Yeah.
sure that's part of why Edgar Wright left Ant-Man,
Mhm.
is, you know, Edgar Wright saw that at the hour mark I have to shoehorn in a throwaway thing to another Avengers movie or another MCU movie.
Yeah.
And that's probably why he left. And bear in mind, Thor Ragnarok, I have to actively remind myself that Doctor Strange was in the movie. And I mean, I thought that the humor in there was good. I thought it was funny.
I loved
Oh,
the
and
scene. But you're right,
yeah,
you
Loki.
forget about it.
Yeah, Loki falling
Out of the
and
portal.
I've been falling for the last half hour. Great joke.
Yeah.
That said, does this scene have to be in the film? Nah, like
Yeah.
it really doesn't. I
He's
mean,
just
it's really
there to
just.
tell him where Odin is.
Yeah, I mean, like, they could have just been like, oh, I left him in Norway, and then they go to Norway.
Honestly, but based off of, set photos and stuff, the whole Odin plot was definitely larger. Like, there were set photos of Odin in, like, homeless man garb in
Oh,
New
really?
York. Like, there is going to be this, like, other big part of the movie of,
Hmm.
like, tracking down Odin. So I think the Doctor Strange bit fit more
When it was
a
there was
bigger part of
more
the
in New
movie.
York.
Yeah.
And at that point, it could have been Kate Blanchett showed up in New York.
No, it was. I think
Yeah.
the alley
Yeah.
is like homeless man Odin was around and Hela shows up there, and I think it would have fit better.
It would have,
It
yeah.
totally would
And,
have.
like, definitely the thing with Odin in Norway was, like, exposition dump, and then he's dead.
Yeah.
But anyway, to answer your question, do I think they did enough different? I mean, definitely the comedy aspects of it. Jeff Goldblum is amazing in the
He's
movie.
so good in it.
He
Right? We
is
haven't
so
even talked about
fucking
him
good
yet.
in this.
He was fantastic.
Stole every scene he was
Every
in.
person he talked with, you just had instant chemistry between him and anyone he's talking
Yeah.
to, even if it's an object.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
he's talking to that staff that like melted his cousin or something.
Mhm.
Or he says something to it. Just the look he gives the staff is more charisma than like anything else.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
and I mean, I definitely think that was, like, all the stuff on that planet was where I was having the most fun. And then
it's
it's
a
like,
good part of the movie.
and
too.
it's a good chunk
it's not
of that
a pit
movie.
stop.
Yeah.
That's a good chunk of the movie.
And so, yeah, I would definitely say that there are some influences of, like, Flash Gordon era B movies.
Especially on that planet.
Especially on that planet.
Yeah.
And I would say, does it do enough different? Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I've just kind of accepted that the Marvel formula for their film structures probably isn't going to change anytime soon.
No.
But in terms of, did I like this particular genre mash? Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I like that they were leaning into the cheesiness, the comedy of it, and
Yeah.
we're just going for broke.
It
So-
gives me enough hope going into, say, Black Panther and being like, okay, they're not just packaging it as this will be different. They are actually following through and making these movies feel different from each other.
Yeah.
Making them feel not all identical twins.
And I feel like that's the thing that's keeping Marvel afloat.
Yeah.
Because they're giving us a lot of fucking movies,
Yeah.
like, in succession.
Yeah.
And so, like, you kind of need to be able to
Yeah.
differentiate them. And so I'm thankful that they at least had the foresight to do that.
Again, not that I'm saying that Black Panther will deviate from Kevin Feige's whiteboard plan.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
it will most definitely follow that plan. But I have enough faith now that they're trying new stuff. Spider-Man was an awesome high school coming-of-age movie.
Yeah.
Thor
John Hughes plus superheroes.
Yeah. Thor Ragnarok was good enough as like a B
Yeah.
B comedy action Flash Gordon.
Definitely. Yeah.
We'll see what Black Panther has in store for us, but it looks like a lot of fun.
Sure.
I loved it. I loved the movie, and there you go. So that's
All right.
let's get into our
ratings.
Yeah.
Right. So our rating scale for our movies after we've come out of them is shouldn't have seen it, should have waited. Glad I saw it. Should see it again.
Should see it again. Pretty self-explanatory stuff, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And bear in mind, this all pertains to how we felt about going and seeing it in the theater. You know, do we feel like we wasted our time, or were we so excited that we would go back and watch it again?
Exactly.
And so for me, I'm glad I saw it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm happy that I took the time out to like go see it, and I enjoyed it. That said, I don't really have like a drive to see it again once it like comes out on Blu-ray or
Netflix
DVD or
or
Netflix.
or
Yeah, one of those things. Whereas another MCU movie, Spider-Man: Homecoming, there's a pretty good chance that I'll give that a rewatch whenever it comes out. Because
Spider-Man: Homecoming is out, and I bought
What?
it. I bought it. I own it.
Where do you-
It's right there. You can see it.
what are you doing right now?
Well, I'm recording, but then I'm watching Spider-Man.
All right.
No, it's like Spider-Man: Homecoming is the first Marvel movie that I actively went out and purchased a hard copy of since the first Avengers movie.
Yeah.
So that says a lot about Spider-Man. I don't know if I would say that about Thor.
Right.
I loved it. I'm glad I saw it.
Yeah.
I think I would see it again, but I'm not actively going to go out of my way to go see it again.
Mm-hmm.
Having said that, I honestly think that Thor is my second favorite trilogy of the Marvel movies so far. So we got an Iron Man trilogy, a Captain America trilogy, and a Thor trilogy now. Captain America trilogy being my favorite. Anyway, that's what I have to say about that.
All right, very cool. Well, hey, consensus, we agreed.
Yeah.
We're glad we saw it. Maybe you're glad you saw it. Maybe you're on the fence and are now thankful that we gave you the recommendation. Whatever it may be, feel free to email us at trailerhitchmailbox@gmail.com. Otherwise, you can hit us up at Twitter at trailerhitchpod. You can hit us up on Facebook. You can write on our WordPress.
So many options, guys.
So many options. And while you're at it, you're more than welcome to go on iTunes, rate and review. We would hope that you would give it 5 stars, but you know what? We'll take your honest opinion. We'll take your honest
literally anything.
Yeah.
Just click on something.
Yeah, basically. So guys, thank you very much for listening. We hope you had a great Thanksgiving. James, thank you so much for joining me on this trip.
Thank you for joining me. We're still sitting in line.
Yeah, you know what? I would say that I'm very thankful for you because it's so much fun to be, doing this podcast with you. It's so much fun to hang out with you.
Got your shoe. I got your shoe.
Doors are opening.
I got your
Psych, motherfucker.
Good luck running without a shoe.
You can't mount holy sails without a sailor stitch, and you can't haul your stuff without a trailer hitch. Trailer hitch.
Dude, they fucking missold us. There was only one toaster.
Neither of us got it, man. Fucking granny.
I'm bleeding. That granny fucking hit me with that bag. She had to have like bricks in that or something.
It was nasty. Or a toaster. Or a perfect toaster.
Oh, man. I was really looking forward to that smart toaster.
It doesn't matter. You know what? Because Thanksgiving is more about friends and being thankful.
You're right.
And being, drunk sometimes if the
and
occasion calls for it.
And it's about doing a podcast. Did you have anything else you wanted to add?
I mean, I saw Justice League.
Oh, how was it, bud?
I liked it a lot.
Oh, did you really?
And if people disagree, they should reach out to us and tell me so, because I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it.
There's definitely a way to do it. Actually, I'm pretty sure I'm able to check my email with this new toaster oven I got.
The hell is it? A smart toaster oven?
Yeah, I got a smart toaster oven. Well, I wanted the toaster, but I had to get the toaster oven.
It's got apps on it, too, doesn't it?
Yeah,
You son of a bitch.
No, hey, get the fuck away from me. This is mine.
That's mine.
Ah!